Welcome. So, I wanted to speak briefly about trusting the process, getting paid what you're worth. I just wanted to share a bit of a spiritual moment that happened to me. So, I have been teaching yoga for almost 3 months now for another business, and this business hasn't paid me. Originally, I started out as a volunteer position, and they loved my yoga so much that they called me back for a paid position, and they've asked me for more. They've asked me to do more work. So that, as a yoga teacher, that gives me validation, that lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. Because a lot of times, and I've experienced this myself, a lot of times yoga teachers, we can have, we feel like we're faking it, we feel like we're not good, we start to question ourselves. And when we actually teach classes that are good, and when people ask us for more of our yoga, that's validation. That shows us that we're doing something right. So that happened to me. But the whole time, they told me that they were going to pay me after the yoga series was done. And they just paid me today. They paid me more than they told me they were going to give me, right? But that didn't stop my brain from producing anxiety, from telling myself, oh, what if I don't get paid? What if... Now, this organization that I work for has been in business for over 40 years. And I've known other yoga teachers who've taught for them. So I have my first yoga teacher raised money for this organization. So they're a wonderful organization. I had no reason to think that they would not pay me. But my brain still brought that up because that's just how the brain works. Your brain goes to the worst case scenario. And part of yoga is controlling that, right? Not letting your brain not letting your brain go to disaster right away. Even last night, before I went to sleep, I was shuffling in my bed. They're not going to pay me. Are they going to pay me for the yoga? And sure enough, when I woke up, I was given a check. I have a lot of people who practice yoga, your yoga teachers, right? But the same people who teach yoga, who say they live this, they don't live it. They shop around for the best price, and I've had people talk to me about tattoos, and it's like, you're just trying to get the best price. You're not actually trying to make a spiritual connection with your tattoo artist. You're just trying to get the best price because you're cheap. So I've noticed this in a lot of people in the spiritual community. You have not become abundant. You have not learned how to deal with money. You haven't even understood what money is yet, because to you, money is just something that you're never going to have. So you have to always search for the cheapest of everything. That's being cheap. That's not being abundant. Right? And I've seen this in more than one person, so that's why I'm calling it out. This is something that I've seen in people who practice yoga the wrong way. People who they go for the force, they go for the hot yoga, they go for the strenuous yoga practice, but they don't actually work on the mind. And if you don't actually work on the mind, you are not going to have abundance. You're not going to trust the process. You're not going to trust your life. Because this is what I've been doing for the past 3 months. I have been having anxiety attacks and just gut-wrenching. Are they going to pay me? Are they going to pay me? Are they not going to, I don't know. I didn't get anything in writing. I'm not contracted to work for them. I'm a private contractor. So if you employ me, yes, you can rip me off. And that's something that I'm never going to stop worrying about. because I shouldn't stop worrying about it, but I can't let it control my actions. This is the difference between you actually having a spiritual awakening and you just saying that it happened to you. How do you live your life? Do you actually trust people? I gave some of my students free rides home. I've been working for the past 3 months, not expecting any money. I did not complain when they said they were going to pay me after the series was done, because I didn't care. Because I trusted the process. Because I trusted that money was going to be placed in my lap. Actually, I just invested $700 in a coaching program with my yoga teacher. And I wrote down an affirmation saying that I will make this money back. When I sent him the money, when I clicked on my banking to send him the money, I said to myself, I am going to make this money back. ASAP. And what happened? I've already made it back. Why? Because I trusted the damn process. Because I didn't act cheap. I didn't complain. I sacrificed. And that sacrifice looks like experiencing anxiety, experiencing the turmoil of not knowing whether or not you're going to get paid. That is the price you pay for it. People trolling you online, that is the price you pay for having a business that you can take anywhere with you around the world and that you can work from anywhere at any time. This type of business model has never existed, and the price for it is dealing with ignorant people on the internet who want to annoy you. Seems like a pretty cheap deal to me. I can deal with stupid people. I've been doing it my whole life. Right? So, let's recap what I've been going through for the past month. I made a spell. That's what that is. When you pay for things and you're thinking something, as soon as you pay for a bill and it gives you that gut-wrenching feeling of loss, you've just manifested negativity. When you pay a bill and you have a feeling of tranquility, of calmness, of reassurance, you're happy that the lights are going to be on for the next month because you know you paid the bill, you're manifesting positivity. You're manifesting wealth. When you trust the process, you're manifesting wealth. They paid me more money than they said they would. And I'm over here like an idiot. I'm over here thinking they're not going to pay me. That's natural. That's human to think that. But you don't take it out on them. I never mentioned anything to them, and I didn't care. I love working there. Disabled people are some of the most appreciative, soulful people you will ever meet. They don't care about their job. They don't care about stuff that doesn't matter. The only thing they care about is stuff that matters, because they have to care about that. So you might look at people who are disabled as less than you, but I don't look at them like that. I don't see myself that way either. I'm a better yoga teacher than over half the people that I meet because I've experienced brain injury, because my pain and my hardships have made me dive deeper into the practice of yoga than anyone I have met. Why do you think I have a yoga teacher who lives in Australia? I have not met anyone there's probably someone in Canada, but I have not met anyone locally who has the same credentials that my yoga teacher does. So that's why I picked him. I might travel to Australia to meet him. I don't know, but that's something cool that I can do in my future. Now that I've met he's a master of yoga. He's been teaching yoga for over 40 years. He started yoga when he was 5 freaking years old. Show me a yoga teacher who has that resume. I don't see them anywhere. Right? So part of me feels kind of stupid for having a teacher who lives so far away, but he's always available. He's great. He's everything that I want to be in a yoga teacher. He is a good example. I've had other yoga teachers who they try to have multiple girlfriends. Their only thing they care about is money, and they don't realize that how poor that makes them. The only thing you care about is money and girls and all that, you're poor. Why not just sit back and live your life and let all that stuff come to you? That's what yoga's about. Yoga's not about chasing anything. It's not about... Excuse me. It's not about anything that half these people are marketing it as. It's not. And I think if you want to actually understand what something is about, you should go to someone who's been teaching it and practicing it for decades. You can't pay for that kind of experience. And the lessons that you get taught from your teachers are based off of how much experience they have. That's why I really, really, really connect to people that I teach yoga with. I would jump in a burning building for anyone that I've taught yoga for. No questions asked. I wouldn't even think about it. Because we're connected on that level, on a deeper level. It's not just money, it's not just the person's name. I know you. I know you because I was you at one point in my disability. It doesn't matter what you've experienced. If you've experienced brain injury from drug addiction, if you've experienced brain injury from alcohol abuse, if you've experienced brain injury from a violent collision, if you've experienced acquired brain injury, the outcome is the same. You are me. I am you. That's it. It doesn't have to be complex. You just have to find the right people and find the right way to live your life. Because when you don't act from abundance, you're screwing yourself over. And you might get a good deal on that car, or you might get a good deal on the tattoo that you just bought. But what about what happens down the road? Maybe you still carry that attitude and that sense of lack, and you go buy a house. You go buy something that really matters. You see? What's going to manifest is more lack, more... You're not living from abundance. You're not trusting things. And this is like... I almost puked last night, bro. I'm like... Oh, God. But what's the other option? Just go through it. Suffer. Life is about suffering. You think Arnold Schwarzenegger would have achieved the things that he did if he got... Arnold Schwarzenegger would always tell people, just get 6 hours of sleep. That's the sacrifice. You can't sleep. If you want to work 20 hours a day, you can't sleep 8 hours. It's not possible. So that's the sacrifice that you make. If you want to work for free, it's going to torment you. It's going to mess with your mind. I can deal with it. But see, if you can't deal with it, if I started complaining to my boss, if I got cold feet and I left, then they wouldn't have paid me. I trusted it. Every time I got anxiety, I punched myself in the gut. I said, no, bad stomach. No, I didn't do that, but I reassured myself every time. Cultivate the opposite of what you feel. It's another thing my yoga teacher tells us. That's one of the moral observances of yoga, to cultivate the opposite. You don't like someone, start to notice the good things about them. Yoga is about control. It's not about having a six-pack. I go to the gym for that stuff. Yoga is not about, right? You want a six-pack, don't go to a yoga mat. Go to the gym. It's going to be more efficient anyways. Like, I'm going to leave it there. I hope I shared something that was valuable for you. I hope I was able to make you think. And I hope you act from a place of abundance. And I hope you trust what's happening in your life. Because I am, and it's quite beautiful. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.